Moving, grooving music on Smooth 98.1.
Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Abdul Hakim.
Walaikum salam, Mr. Hamid.
How are you? Please, I called to ask you about something.
What's the matter?
So, I just collected my money from the monthly contribution I do, and now I'm looking for how to invest the money well.
Oh, that's easy now. You can come and invest in the United Capital Sukuk Fund. That's where I put my money, and I get the best rate on my investment.
Ah, United Capital. Isn't it for big people? It's only 50k I have. Besides, I don't want to invest in something that goes against my Muslim faith.
How about Mr. Hamid? All you need to get started is 10,000 naira. Besides, it's a Sharia compliant investment, so you have nothing to worry about.
Sharia compliant? Wow. Thanks a lot, Mr. Abdul Hakim. What's their website so I can learn more about this fund?
You can access the fund on their investment website on www.investnow.ng, or you can also get their investment app on either the Android or iOS store.
United Capital, linking you to a world of opportunities.
The smooth drive home. Yeah. Right here on your dial. 98.1.
Come on.
Money Minute with United Capital PLC on Smooth 98.1.
We're not stopping our investments anywhere else in Nigeria.
United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.
Smooth 98.1, love music, love life. Welcome once again to our brand new show, Money Minutes with United Capital PLC. Now, this show is dedicated to actually helping you manage your personal finance, as well as make more informed financial decisions and ultimately navigate your way to financial freedom. Now, I have a special guest joining me today. Her name is Buky Ikeotuonye. She is the MD and CEO of United Capital Trustees Limited. We're talking about trust fund babies, how to build an investment plan for your child. As always, we'd love you to be a part of the conversation. So if you have any questions, please send them through to us via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 0809 444 0981. You could also tweet at Smooth981 and make sure that, yes, you get those questions and comments through. Welcome, Buky.
Good evening.
Right. Good evening to you. How are you doing today, though?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. All right. So for those who don't already know, Buky, could you just tell a little bit more about United Capital?
Okay. United Capital is a foremost financial services company. We have various businesses in United Capital. We have trusteeship. We have asset management, we have securities, consumer finance, wealth advisory, and as well as consumer finance. So in particular, United Capital Trustees is the industry leader. We're the number one trustee in Nigeria, and we manage trust products basically and provide trust services.
Right. Okay. So could you just give a general idea, really, of what a trust is?
Okay, I think I'm going to use a simple analogy. Hopefully that will work. And I'm glad we're both ladies, so we'll be able to relate to what I'm about to say. Imagine you have a wig. It's a nice wig. Maybe it's bone straight or something. And you have younger ones who use that wig as well. So that wig represents your asset. It's a valuable asset to you, but you want it to benefit some other people who are kind of depending on you because those sisters of yours borrow the wig sometimes. So what you could do is you could take that wig, give it to United Capital Trustees, we'll hold it for you, and then you tell us exactly who should use the wig and when, and how the person should return the wig in what state. So basically, we are holding your assets for you for the benefit of other people, as well as yourself, actually. So that's exactly how a trust works. You just take your assets, give it to a trustee to manage, and then the dependents and the beneficiaries are able to benefit from that asset. That's how a trust works.
Right. Okay. So I'm curious about this. How is a trust different from a will?
Okay. So I will explain that in I will explain that by explaining some of our products first of all. At United Capital Trustees, we have 3 lines of products. We have public trust, we have corporate, and we have private. I'm going to dwell a little bit on the private since, we are people first. And in the private trust, we have a living trust product, which by extension also has an education trust product. So when we're talking about trust now, for a living trust, a living trust is different from a will in the sense that you set it up while you're alive. That's what the name implies. So when you set up a living trust, what it means is that you put your assets together in an organized manner. You ask a trustee to manage it, and you have a trust deed, which is a document that guides everything that happens under that trust, as opposed to a will, which kicks in when the person is no longer alive. And the difference with that is that with a living trust, is like a test run. So you can actually, how do I put this now? You can actually, check and see, this thing that I've done, are my dependents okay? Are the beneficiaries, you can change it anytime you want and do a supplementary trust deed, as opposed to a will, which, is done and dusted, and there's really nothing much anybody can do about it.
Right. All right. Well, I just went back to school and learned a little bit. So every time I hear, and this is for me personally, so every time I hear trust fund or trust fund baby, there does seem to be a sort of negative connotation that basically is implying that a person is a spoiled or a rich kid, or a spoiled rich kid, really. Both, yeah. So, I mean, you're an expert. What is a trust fund, and why do you think it gets such a negative rap, really?
Okay, so here's the thing. A trust fund baby, first of all, is why it gets such a negative rap is because it's assumed that a trust fund baby is a child of a rich person. But I want to first of all, excuse me, I want to first of all correct that impression that a trust fund can only be set up by somebody who is rich. Everybody wants to leave something to their child. And when you set up a trust fund, you can actually start even before you have a lot of money, even before you have children. It's just an organized way of making sure your child has the right foundation, has a secure future. So when you look at people and you say this person is a trust fund baby, just because the parents were actually organized enough to set up a trust. Everybody is a trust fund baby. Your parents leave you something. If they don't leave you a house, if they don't leave you a business, they leave you a good education, or they leave you good morals. They leave you something. So everybody's parents leaves them something. So we're all trust fund babies.
Yay.
It's a myth.
Okay, I like that. So everyone is a trust fund baby. We're speaking with Buky Ikeotuonye. She's the MD and CEO of United Capital Trustees Limited. Yes, we're talking about trust fund babies and how to build an investment plan for your child. It definitely is a positive thing. So Buky, this education trust that United Capital offers, could you just let me know how that works and a bit more info on it?
Okay, so an education trust is a particular trust where you can set funds aside for your child's education, your child or your ward, because some of us are actually taking care of people who are not exactly children. So you could be a parent or a guardian, and you could put funds aside for your child's education right from the elementary school up to even master's or doctorate level. So how it works is that you set funds aside either periodically or you make a lump sum contribution to United Capital Trustees, and then those funds are used to pay the child's school fees and other educational requirements, and the funds can actually be availed directly to the school in any currency that you prefer, as long as we have the bill from the school. You are actually able to avail those funds directly. And most importantly, I think the best time to set up an education trust is actually before you have children, because that way you can actually, build up your stash. Let me just put it that way. You can actually build up your stash before the other responsibilities begin to kick in. And we're very mindful of things that could reduce the value of your funds, because at United Capital, what we want you to do is to grow your funds and, increase your value of your assets. So we actually offer very competitive returns on our funds that we manage under the education trust fund and all our other trust funds. So we offer competitive returns which help you to at least hedge a little bit against inflation.
So is this exclusively for the the people at the top, the multi-millionaires, the billionaires, the people who live that lifestyle?
Not at all. You know, I had earlier mentioned that, a trust fund isn't only set up by people who are supposedly wealthy. So you can start with as little as 10,000 naira a month or 120,000 naira a year, or you can do $1,000 a year or £1,000 a year. We actually have the dollar and the pound denominations because we know these days people like their children to go to school abroad and all that, and then everybody's trying to hedge against the currency value in fluctuations and all that. So you can start with as little as 10,000 naira a month or $1,000 a year or £1,000 a year. So it's for anybody really.
All right. Well, if you have any questions for Buky, please send them to us. You can do that via WhatsApp 0809 444 0981, or you could tweet at smooth981. And don't forget, we're right here. We have a few more minutes and, of course, a few more questions for Buky with regards to trust fund babies. I'd never really liked that term, but now I think I like it. Okay, so for everyone who's listening right now and they want to be a part of this, how can they actually get started?
Okay, you can get started by logging onto our website on www.investnow.ng, or you can download the app. If you are using an iOS phone, you can download from the iOS Play Store, or if you are using an Android phone, you can download on the Google Play Store. Invest Now.
All right, Invest Now. I've got a question here, and this is coming from James Yaba. He says, is there an age restriction for the child in question? Can you open an education trust for an unborn child or a child over 18?
Absolutely, there are no restrictions. I think I already mentioned that you can even open an education trust for a child that is not yet born. What you do is that you just open it, and we keep the trust deed and get ready to do a supplementary when the child's name is known and when the child's age is known. And a child over 18, why not? Look, there are some people who are 40 and their 70-year-old parents are still taking care of them. You can open a trust fund for any age at all. Okay. It doesn't matter.
I've got another message here. I can't see a name, but it says, does the child have access to these funds, especially in the event of the parent's demise?
Absolutely. What happens is that when you create a trust fund, we prepare a trust deed, and that's where you state what you want. If you want the child to be aware of the fund up until a certain age, we can do that. If you want the child to not be aware or to get access to the funds when they are 18 or when they are 21, we can do that. Also, if the child chooses to go for a master's degree or decides to just stop at the university education, we can also do that. Whatever it is you want, we put in the trust deed. So it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so the idea is just do according to what the client wants for their family.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is from Simi Lulua. Good evening, Smooth FM. How much do I need to open a trust for my child? I believe you addressed this.
Yes, you can open with as little as $10,000 a month. I'm sorry, I mean 10,000 naira a month. And that comes to about 120,000 naira a year. And let me also mention that if you do 10,000 naira a month, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be contributing the 10,000 naira every month. You understand? There are no hard and fast rules. Just start the trust. What we do as trust advisors is that we tell you, oh, you know what, your fund needs to be a certain amount for it to meet up with your expectations. So we also do simulations to check if your funds that you're putting aside is adequate for your educational desires for your child. But you can do as little as 10,000 naira a month.
Okay, we're speaking with Buky Ikeotuonye, the MD and CEO of United Capital Trustees Trust Fund Baby. How to build an investment plan for your child. We've got about a minute left, but if you have a message or a question, just send it to us right now. You can do that on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. And I see some messages are coming through. Okay, this one says, if I want to save towards my child's future in general, but not necessarily for her education, maybe get her a nice gift for an 18th birthday, can I still use this product?
Absolutely. We actually have other trust products. We have target savings products. That particular request falls under a target savings trust product. Where you have a particular target, you know how much it's going to cost. And then what we do is that we keep it for you. We keep the funds for you, apply competitive returns to it, and then you can save towards that target of yours. And we can also do a simulation for you so that you know how much you should be contributing, so that by the time you're ready to use those funds, you have exactly enough that you need. So yes, you can.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Buky. We are out of time. That's it for today. There are a few more questions. Unfortunately, we can't take them all here, but you can actually send your messages on Twitter. Just tag at United Capital. It's at United Cap. And use the hashtag Money Minute with UCAP. Buky, any closing words?
Well, yes. The truth is that it's Children's Day tomorrow. And the best gift you can give your child is an education. That is the truth. So if you set up an education trust for your child today at United Capital Trustees, I'm not sure you'll go wrong.
All right. And I believe there are some social media pages at United Cap on Twitter and at United Capital PLC on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Buky, did I get that correctly?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Buky, for being with us and having this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
And that is it for Money Minute with United Capital PLC this beautiful Thursday. It will be back, of course, next Thursday from 6:30 p.m. right here on Smooth 98.1.
Money Minute with United Capital PLC. United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.